Well, good morning, awesome, beautiful people. Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad, and today it is time for another weekly Q&A video. I don't have any funny comments today, so actually I do, but I have a lot more questions than I have time to answer silliness on the internet. I'll save the silly ones for another time. But anyway, got a lot of questions this week. I really appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. If I missed your comment, stay tuned for the next one, or if you don't hear it, I apologize. Maybe I've already answered it several times, but feel free to leave it again in the comment section. Today I've got 10 questions I'm going to answer. Let's start with number one. Number one is from Lucky J. Hello, I have a question. I live in Thailand right now. Should I have a driver's license to drive a fast e-bike like the Saran or something? I don't know what that means. I don't know. You know, I have an e-bike that I made. I just about got it. That got it.
Memories are in you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. 'Cause I've been living life right like
I don't know what your e-bike looks like. Like if it looks like a motorcycle, then you probably should have a motorcycle license, because I don't know if they can distinguish an e-bike versus a motorbike. But if you can get it registered, that would help too. I think the bigger e-bike, motorbikes that look like an e-bike, as long as they can maintain a steady speed over 50 kilometers per hour, I believe you can get it registered, and from there you can get it insured. But if it's a bicycle, like you could just ride right. If you go into a police check, you're on a bicycle. They're not going to stop you. For one, they don't know what to say to you if you're a foreigner. And second, they're not going to look your bike over and ask you like specifications somehow, if they could, on what kind of bike you have. That really, I guess it might depend on what you're doing on the e-bike. For one, I mean, if you're just riding it normal, I don't think anybody cares. If you're not creating any problems, nobody really cares what you're doing. Foreigners ride bicycles all the time. My e-bike will go 50 plus kilometers per hour, but it just looks like a bicycle with a carrier on the back. You really can't tell. I don't have a motorbike license. I would never foresee somebody asking me if I have a driver's license to ride an e-bike, unless maybe I caused a problem, an accident, I've very seriously injured somebody, and maybe somehow it'll come up that I have an e-bike, but most likely it never will. I don't think too much on that, no. I would say no. If somebody else has an experience or disagrees with me, please leave a comment below. Let's get to the next question. It's from Betty Gomez. Did Paige cook Thai food for you when you were living in the States? She, actually, quick story, I love to cook. And she loves it when I cook. I can cook all kind of stuff. I cook Southern food, Italian food, you know, any kind of American stuff I can cook. I actually enjoyed cooking. When we were married for several years, I don't even know, maybe 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And she never really cooked. We just went out to eat, or if we did cook, like on the weekends, I cooked. So I started my own business, and I didn't have time. Like, I was tired, and I called her up on the phone and said, look, I'm tired, it's late. Can you just cook something, before I get home? And she said, yeah, sure. So I had some speckled trout in the freezer. She got it, she thawed it out, and she cooked it Thai style. She stuffed it with lemongrass. I had a lemongrass plant outside, and she had a bunch of Thai seasoning, and it was amazing. And I forget whatever else she made. And I was like, damn, you can cook really good. Where did you figure this out, on the internet? She goes, no, I've always known how to cook. You just never asked me to cook. I'm like, really? But she's a wonderful cook. And from there, she started cooking a lot. She would get kind of creative, trying to find ingredients. We have a lot of Asian food marts and stuff in America, so getting stuff together to cook Asian food was kind of fun for her. But she cooks good. Here she does it because she'd just be in the way. And my father-in-law loves it to watch my mom cook. Paige's mom cook. Next question. Towel, travel, and more. Hello, Chuck, Paige, and all. I never comment, just wanted to say for someone who watched 100% of your channel, plus past live streams, include the food channel, thank you very much. Even though I keep kosher because I love the family, I know one thing, one more year of visa equals one more year of good videos for us. Ha ha ha. Hope soon you will switch to 4K. Even though I remember you said you don't want us to see your nose hair in 4K. Even daily life, as you say, deserves 4K in Thailand. It's beautiful there. Yeah, I did a couple videos in 4K. I don't know if I want to play before this or not. But yeah, I'm not going to do it. I think I've got 3 videos coming out in 4K. It takes forever to render, and it takes up a lot of data. When you do like a 30-minute video, you have quite a bit of data on one memory card. And it just makes everything run hotter, takes a long time. The videos are out there in 4K. Tell me what you guys think about the quality. I've never had anybody complain about the 1080. Maybe a couple here and there, but I don't know. My channel really isn't, if I was just showing food or in-depth stuff like pictures or wildlife, or not pictures, but like flowers or wildlife or close-ups of food, I would consider that. I use my phone. It does a way better job than the camera. But when I use my phone will do 4K. Well, it slows everything down and it takes up a lot of memory. It just takes forever to upload when you're doing everyday videos. So anyway, look at the videos and tell me what you think. And we'll just go from there. Next question. Uncle Frank, do you feel better from eating the whole Thai breakfast compared to the Western breakfast? I've mentioned this quite a bit. Like 6 months after I had moved to Thailand, I felt so much healthier. I know how I feel when I eat food. I'm not telling you the quality of food is so much superior than anywhere else on the planet. I just tell you how I feel. When I go back to the States and I eat a meal that I want to eat, I feel like I've eaten a cement truck. I'm just bloated, like a stuffed calf. I feel horrible. And here you can eat like 3 or 4 plates of food. You get a little full, but then you're like hungry again. So, yeah, as far as feeling better, yeah, I feel great. The food just is amazing here. But I'd mostly eat like for breakfast. I'll either make eggs and some kind of meat with cheese, or I'll get like soup, hot soup or something in the morning. I don't really eat too much, but you know what we eat in the West. It's over the top. But anyway, to answer your question, the whole food in general in Thailand, I feel much better with the food here. I feel like it's a lot healthier. Next question, Ron N. So how is it that you can't get long-term or residency based on a long-term marriage with a Thai citizen? The once in a year seems to me crazy. I've had a few people ask this here lately about this because I've made some videos about our immigration process. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes you get a little bit of runaround. I just share how I feel as we're going through the motions, and I just share my experience, this or that. Some people think it's dramatized or not. Maybe that's just how I am when I talk sometimes, especially when I don't understand simple stuff like making a copy of something, I made a complete series of videos about this a while back, and I was almost certain I was going to get a long-term residency. But I was misled by my lawyer, and it wasn't his fault because he assumed that I was on a marriage visa still. He didn't know I had switched over to retirement visa because it just benefits me. If I want to do the residency, I have to start over. I have to get a marriage visa, and then I have to keep it for 3 years, and then I can reapply for the residency. Doesn't mean I'll get it, but I just, I stepped back away from all of that and thought to myself, the reality of it is, I do 90-day check-in online, usually remotely when we're traveling. It takes a matter of, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes at the most. I do my mom's for her. And I go to the immigration office 1 time a year. I go to the bank, get my statement, and then I go to immigration. They look over all of the documents that I have. If all the documents are there and in order, I go see the officer, and she goes through everything. I sign a few extra things, pay some money, and then I'm out of there usually. Depends on how many people are there or if the guy's there to sign the stamp. But really it's easy. So I've just kind of stepped away from doing that. But, I kind of stress a lot of times, because I want you guys to not think that you're permanent here, not to be like a second-class citizen, but so many people, they feel like Thailand owes them something, and they get let down because nobody really cares here. Thai people just don't really care. You're still a foreigner no matter what. So I just try to dramatize the fact that, we're only here 1 year really at a time. Don't buy in too much of everything here. Just enjoy. Try to be flexible, especially in your living conditions if possible, and just enjoy Thailand. I think you'll have a better time than trying to be permanent. That's all I'm really saying, and that's just my opinion, and also from what I see from other people too that share stuff with me, and through the 8 years of doing this YouTube channel, of meeting people and hearing other stories too. I'm just trying to stress we're only here 1 year at a time, basically. But the whole immigration thing is pretty simple. It's a little tough for me because we have to do it. We can't get an agency here. They won't allow it. But if you're outside of this area in Chonburi, it's easy just to pay an agent to knock it out for you, and it's no problem. So I'm not really interested anymore about that. Next question. Peter Downer. Such a downer, Peter. Hi, Chuck. Just a question about wills. What would happen to your assets both there and in Thailand, and any assets you may have in the USA if you are departed? Would Paige get them all or just the Thai part, and your family in the USA get the portion of the estate in the USA? How is it separated? I hope you understand what I'm trying to ask. Keep up the good work. I would say if you want a will, first off, you can check in the description box and see the lawyer that I have posted. He's done a few wills for people that I know. He's done a lot of things, but wills are one of them. As far as me personally, me and Paige, pretty much everything I had, we got together. Paige is a U.S. citizen, so if I die, she gets my Social Security. She lived in America most of her life, so she'll get her own Social Security because she worked ever since she could work, and she'll get my Social Security because we've been married for over 10 years, and as long as she doesn't remarry, in the eyes of America, she can collect my Social Security till she passes. If I'm going to assume I'll pass before her. As far as leaving stuff to my family over there, I pretty much sold everything, and I really don't have a lot. I don't know that the future holds with any of my relatives, any of that stuff. So I don't have a will. Paige has access to all of my accounts. She has access to especially over here, like yeah, she's the beneficiary of my account, but I mean, she has my PIN code, so it doesn't really matter. She doesn't have to fight with anybody about that. She has access to all the money anyway, so I'm not the type to really worry much about that. And I feel I was negative when I met Paige. I was broke. I was actually negative in the hole because of the business. I had two shops, a business that I had one at the time when I met her, and it was going out of business, and we were struggling with the IRS because of a business partner issue. So, yeah, everything I have and everything we've got was with her. So I feel like whatever I have is 50-50 with her anyway. It doesn't really matter. I'm not here to take anything from her, and she's not here to take anything from me. So we've been married for 17 years now, I think. So I'm not really worried about that stuff. I didn't get a prenup. There was no reason for me to do it at the time. Actually, she had a lot more money than I had when we met. All right, next question. See the lawyer. Waprua. I don't know if that's a Thai name or what that is. Hi, Chuck. Thanks a lot. You're often interesting and informative. Thanks a lot for your often interesting and informative videos. I have a question which may be personal. I'm not sure, but it's about a cultural difference between US and UK culture. I'm not trying to be facetious. It's just something I didn't understand yet. My question relates to that frame behind your head with a US flag in a triangular shape and a document in it. It suddenly occurred to me that I'd seen that in other people's backgrounds as well. In movies, I have seen people receiving a triangular shaped flag similar to this when their son or daughter has passed while serving in the US forces. Is this one in your background something to do with the loss of a loved one while protecting your country? Your country. I don't wish to pry into your private life, but one of the great differences between our two cultures is the great respect Americans hold for their veterans and the total ignoral of vets in the UK except for Poppy Day Remembrance Service once a year. Okay, I'm going to answer that because it's behind me, and I'm going to actually read it to you. This flag was proudly flown in combat over Afghanistan for Charles R. Hunnicutt, that's me, on a Compass Call EC-130H aircraft, and it gives the number of the aircraft, in Operation Enduring Freedom on September 11th, 2010. My daughter had this made for me, and my daughter put it in a frame and gave it to me, but that's basically what it is. It's just something, a mission that was very important, and that flag was flown over the mission, and we just had it framed just because of a sentimental thing. So basically that's what that particular flag is right there. So all right, I hope that answered your question. Jeffrey Smith. Hey Chuck, Jeff here in Tennessee. Man, I've been enjoying you and Paige's videos for a long time. Really appreciate you guys sharing your stories. Thank you very much, Jeff, for watching. I've been to Thailand 5 times and freaking love it. Had a Thai girlfriend in Pathom Thani. Damn, COVID screwed that up. Anyway, planning to visit again in February. I do have a question if you have time to reply. Okay, so similar to how you ended up in Thailand, I too have a small business here and am considering a similar path you took. I'm a little bit older than you and plan on taking my Social Security at 62, selling off my business, possessions, and possibly trying to retire in Thailand. Based on your advice not to run out of money, I'm thinking we'll get around $2,800 a month, Social Security payments, and have about $500,000 US dollars, how long would it last in Thailand? By the way, I'm not a partier, drinker type, or extravagant by any means. Would probably be wise to keep my house here in Tennessee for a while in case the transition doesn't go well. Sorry for rambling on, but any advice would be greatly appreciated. My first advice to you is somehow if you can come, I know you said you've been here many times. When I got really serious about coming to Thailand, I came back and I did some real soul searching on can I afford to live here? I got serious with how much stuff cost. We looked at houses if we had to build a house. I wasn't sure if we were going to be living with my in-laws. That wasn't always a permanent thing. I looked at, could we afford the rent? Could we afford to build? What could we do? How much was food, entertainment, insurance costs for health insurance, hospital stuff. I had a lot of lists and a lot of preparation. There wasn't a lot of YouTube videos out there when I was coming to Thailand about that kind of stuff. JC RetiredCheap.Asia, a shout out to him, was really the only one that was doing YouTube videos about stuff like that. So I would suggest you come here on your own and figure out your own lifestyle and your needs and your areas and kind of go from there. But just not knowing you, if you have $500,000 US dollars, that's a lot of money in Thailand. That's like almost about 16 million baht. You can live on the $2,800 a month alone. Like $2,800, you're not going to spend. Let's see, that's about 30. Let's see, 70. It's about 100,000 baht. I don't have my calculator. About 100,000 or 90,000, something like just under 100,000 baht a month. That's a lot of money in Thailand. And if you break that down, divide it by 30, minus whatever bills you're going to have for the year, I don't think you're going to ever spend that much. And maybe sometimes you will, but having the nest egg to get sorted out when you first get here, that's good to have. But that's a lot of money, especially at 62. But anyway, I think you'll be fine with that. I think you'd be fine with a little less, if you're who you say you are. But here's what my biggest advice to you is. Think about your worst case scenario if it doesn't work in Thailand, and ask yourself, can you handle that? If you can't handle that, then you need to figure something else out. My worst case scenario was something would happen, I'd go broke and I'd have to go back to America and I have to go get a job again. I didn't care. I'm not the type of person to worry about what ifs. I've seen a lot of tragedies and I don't really worry too much about that. I'm gonna just live my life right now. I secured myself pretty good financially. Who knows, will it last forever? I don't really know. I have no idea. It's going to be a while before I can collect my Social Security. And I'm not even going to get that much. I would, if I get $2,000 a month at 62, that would be amazing. But yeah, I would just figure what's your worst case scenario. And you're still 62 years old. It's not that old. But man, I would just say go for it, dude. But you're obviously a smart person. I would just be very wise to with who you hang out with, the people that you're dating. It's just like any relationship. A woman has wants and needs, and you need to play the game properly that benefits you in your life. Once you do that, anyway, that's my advice to you, Jeff. Good luck with your journeys. Let us know how it turns out. Keep us informed. Inquiring minds want to know. Next question, Raymond Kemp, M. Kemp. Hi Chuck, watch your videos, enjoy them. Thank you very much. I'm 79 years young and have a Thai wife, but I feel I am too long in the tooth to learn Thai. We have a house and car. Everything is in her name. Does not worry me. I would like to understand Thai, not necessarily speak it. Can you suggest any way to understand it? Cheers. You can use your Google app and, you know, it'll listen back and forth. But my suggestion to you is, I think the reason why we can't learn as we're a little older is because we got too much up here. We're always thinking too much. We just can't let it go, you know. If I tell you, Gin Kao Yang, if I say this, that means, have you eaten yet? You're going to try to relate Gin Kao Yang to something that you know. It's little kids can pick it up and learn quick because it's like, this is the word, okay, and they learn it and they absorb it. And we think too much about it. So if you can't and you feel you can't, you need to try to learn a few basic stuff. And I try usually to do like a word of the day, and it's just usually conversational stuff. So what I would suggest is you just keep a notepad and you can learn a couple of phrases. Challenge yourself. You have a lot of damn time. Challenge yourself on a phrase that you feel would be important to you. Whatever it is. Let's just say I'm hungry. That's a word that's used a lot by Thai women. I'm hungry. So you need to learn that word. Ask your wife or a friend how to say I'm hungry in Thai. For a man, you got to remember, because girls say things differently. Same with like in Spanish. So if the word is pom hiu, if you just say pom hiu, pom hiu, pom hiu, they may not know what the hell you're saying. So accent and clarity is important. So if you can say a complete sentence with a crazy accent like Dani pom hiu leo, right now I'm hungry. I'm already hungry. So, but if you can just learn basic stuff like pom hiu, I'm hungry. I'm tired already. If you're 79, maybe you're tired. I'm tired. Nai lao, nai lao. Have her say it. Nai. What the hell, nai? You don't. If you can't write in Thai, obviously, just write it down in English to where you can say that word as best as you possibly can. Nai. That is a weird word. Okay, N-U-A-I. Nai. N-A-U-I-E. I don't know. Somehow you can look at that and say Nai. Nai lao. Lao. L-A-E-W maybe? Because if you just say L-A-W, Nai law, or what, it doesn't make sense. So my suggestion is to compile some phrases that mean something to your everyday life, or you think that your wife talks about. I'm telling you, once you do this, your vocabulary will expand because certain words mean the same or mean different things if they're said in a different way. And if you just challenge yourself, but unless you're using some kind of Google app, I think it's just you have to commit to trying to figure out, are they talking about food? Are they talking about money? Are they talking about traveling? I mean, if you want to know the direction of the conversation, you need to know what travel, tiao, go travel by tiao, eat, I'm hungry, gin kao, eat rice is what that means. Basic stuff like that. That's my only suggestion to you, Raymond. Yeah, I wish you luck. Capture live. Maybe this is kind of a silly one. Why not? When we learn, take your what? No, let me start over. When will you learn? ... Take your wife and get out of the country that literally doesn't want foreigners living there and has no laws to protect you. Leaving Thailand was one of the best decisions ever made. I had a little back and forth with this guy. We weren't ugly with each other. We were having an adult conversation. I don't agree with him. He doesn't agree with. He has his own experience, but Let me just tell you, my quick answer was, the good thing about having a passport is we are free to go where we are happy and make our own decisions. I am curious, did you feel they owed you something? I know for sure here you get back what you give. Not trying to disrespect you without hearing your side, but I am curious to know. Also, when you say when I learn, as if you are saying we are all naive to stay here, not able to see with our own experiences. That was my quick response. We went back and forth. I don't know, you guys could probably find that in the back and forth in the video. You know, everybody's experience is based on their own attitudes, the way they think, where they come from. Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, here's the thing, in the big picture, like, it can happen anywhere. In America, you could have a bad day, you know, you feel like everybody's just against you in America, which I do sometimes. Like, nobody gives a shit about you. Just get out of my way. I got stuff to do, basically, is the way everybody thinks. When you're in a busy, like in your 30s and you're trying to go, everybody's trying to step over you, you know? I mean, it can happen anywhere. I think it just depends on you. But, you know, if this was true, like, he says, everybody's stupid here. Like, they really hate us. I'm telling you, you know, when I learned to speak Thai, it really changed a lot for me. And I share everything on this channel, but I thought, oh, you know what? These people really hate us, dude. They don't want us here. Why the hell would you want to be here? Like, I would definitely pick up and leave. But that's not what I'm getting. But I know a lot of bad people that have a problem speaking to other people. They're very demanding. They always, not saying this guy is, but I'm just giving an example, that they always want things their way, and they don't ever try to understand that things are different here, and we're in their country, it's their language, it's their culture, and we get irritated because they don't think like us, so they're automatically like stupid, you know. I do hear that quite a bit. I know people in my little circle of people I know, like even on a golf course, the caddies don't want to deal with the guy because he's a jerk. They don't like the way he talks. He speaks a little Thai, but he talks down to people because he just thinks they're all stupid, you know. So nobody likes the guy, nobody wants to caddy for him, and he's always complaining, these people are all dumb, everybody's dumb. But, no, actually, you're dumb. So, but anyway, I just thought I would share that, and everybody's going to have a different experience, I think, based on their, if you're getting screwed over, maybe that you should have been a little smarter, I think. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like me. But I guarantee you, Thai people are pretty friendly and they're pretty respectful, and they love to have foreigners around for the most. I guess it maybe just depends on where you're at too. But I don't know. I'm glad the guy's in a place where that was the best decision he ever made. But I'm not naive enough to know the difference of. That's kind of an insult to somebody an intelligent person, you know, like, we're so stupid. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to end the video. I'm not going to do any more. We'll save them for later. I appreciate all the questions. I hope I didn't rush through anything. If I did, I apologize. I've got a lot of stuff going on today, and it's 4:30 in the afternoon actually, so I'm trying to get caught up on some videos and stuff. But anyway, if you guys want to comment on some of the replies or some of the responses I have to the questions, feel free to do that. Just be respectful to everybody if possible. Sarcasm is okay, it's fine. It's a little difficult sometimes when you're typing sarcasm, like nobody really knows you, so it's kind of difficult. Like, sometimes I think somebody's being sarcastic and I'll say something back and I get really butthurt, you know, like, okay. I've kind of stopped doing that for the last year. I haven't really, unless I know they're being a jerk and I just want to have fun or something. Most of the time I delete the people that are really trying to be ugly for attention and being disrespectful to everybody else. Disagreeing with me or somebody, that's not an issue. Just state your opinion and go on. We all don't think the same, for sure. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everything. Got any more questions, leave them below. We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.